Hey there, Namaskar. Are you a religious person or a spiritual person? My name is Acharya Atma Prana Nanda. I was born in the Philippines and have been a monk for over 30 years. Today, I will talk about the difference between religion for the believers and spirituality for the seekers. Spirituality, spirituality and religion are not the same, but are often interchangeably. Religious people or believers belong to a religion that revolves around historical figures like Jesus Christ, Buddha, Muhammad, Krishna, or Rama. Their teachings have a strong emphasis on external practices that are passed down through scriptures and traditions. They may be Christians, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, or any other religious group. Religions are organized in a hierarchical organization, and their practices typically involves belief, rituals, and practices within a specific faith tradition. They worship their God in a church, a mosque, a temple, or a synagogue, with rules and guidelines to follow that you cannot question. Strong faith is required to be at peace with your religion, and they look to their Messiah or prophet as their guide to salvation, which is the goal of their spiritual practice or religious practice. Religious people practice their rituals more as a social function than an individual practice. And most of their practices are external, like adoring God through singing, dancing, and reading their holy books, followed by sermon probably, and the rest is praying or reciting mantras. Pilgrimage to sacred places is normally an important practice for religious people that they do from time to time. You know, the strong and constant emphasis on believing, having faith, and not questioning the doctrines and teachings creates dogmas within any kind of practices. That is why dogmas are very common in religions. The followers of religion look for belonging to a group, tradition, and structure. They want to be a part of society and to be embraced. Yes, they want to be a part of the family congregation. They strongly cling or hold to their faith and don't question the teachings and messages of their religion. Because of this faith and belief, they dwell with their congregation in harmony. They often see people that are contrary to their religious teachings as opponents to their religion. Religious people or believers see God as someone who is all powerful and fear him because he punishes those who commits a sin and rewards those who obeys the commandments and the teachings of the religious scriptures. Now, before we continue, I earnestly appeal to you to please subscribe. This is my first podcast, so please help me get that 1,000 subscribers. You know, as a monk and a missionary, my profession is to beg, teach, and help others in the best of my capacity. I am begging you to also watch my other podcast of other topics like mysticism, spirituality, and other topics. Please be sure to look for the links below. Thanks a lot, and let's continue. Seekers or spiritualists, on the other hand, practice a more personal and individualized practice. It, it focuses on the inner journey of connecting with something greater than oneself, whether that of a higher power, a nature, or the universe. Spirituality is about finding meaning, purpose, and peace within oneself. Often, truth meditation, prayer, and mindfulness practices. People practicing spirituality are not particularly followers of or belong to a group or religious congregations. If they belong to any group, they call it an organization and not a religion. Because of their outlook on a better world, they normally practice, in most cases, meditation or sadhana in Sanskrit and service, seva. They seek or they look the truth under the guidance of a teacher, like a guru, a wise man, or a monk. And while religion can be a part of spirituality, spirituality can exist independently of organized religion. Spiritual seekers start their journey as students of teachers or gurus, but as time passes, when they accumulate enough knowledge and experience, they embark on their journey alone as independent teacher or guru. In many cases, individuals join a path of spirituality because they hear a call within or they get a realization that they have to do it. A minority of the seekers are not married and are monks or hermits who are wandering seekers. Some start as young as 18 years old, and some start when they are in their 60s and may have grown up children of their own. If they belong to an organization, the members practice the same as their teachers, but are not obliged to live as monks or like their teachers. The spiritual seekers believe their temple is their body. Yes, this organic body is their temple. So they practice anywhere at any time and places. Some seekers practice their craft even in remote and dangerous areas such as high snowy mountains like the Himalayan or Mount Everest, in dark and freezing caves, jungles with wild roaming animals, and many other unorthodox places. Most seekers or spiritualists are less extreme in their practice and incorporate meditation and service to humanity as a primordial part of their practice. And that's where I belong. And they follow a universal code of conduct. Many seekers have a guiding teacher or a mentor called a guru in their quest for spirituality. They learn their practice through initiation by the guru, and they study scriptures dictated by the teacher. They, the disciples of the guru, are personally watched by the guru who will give them test at any time in their lives. Both religion and spirituality see God as the creator of all things. How God did the creation or universe is where spirituality and religion differs in opinion. In most cases, whether in religion or spirituality, stories or mythologies are used in explaining the creation of the universe or how the human race came to this planet Earth. The spiritual seekers are those who see God and everything as its manifestation. They seek the meaning of life and why we are here on this planet Earth. They analyze how the teachings and messages can affect their lives, and they look forward to making a better world. Normally, seekers look for truth. They are not limited to just following what they learn, but questioning them and trying to derive logic from whatever is presented to them. And they don't always accept boundaries or limits. Some spiritualists see God as someone who unconditionally loves everyone. They say that God cannot hate his creation or his children's. Some other group of seekers don't see God as a relevant figure in their spiritual lives. For them, their guru is the only one to whom they give respect, reverence, and love. Seekers or spiritualists see the spiritual journey as a one-way journey. Yes, it is a one-line journey. It is a path of the seeker towards God, a relationship between the disciple in God alone, and no one is in between. It is from this point, it's a path from this point to that point. Now, if you ask me the question whether religion is better than spirituality, this is what I can say. In conclusion to the topic that I have just discussed, all religious and spiritual practices are valid. Yes, they are all valid. They are all meant to bring you closer to God. But there is a big difference between the different practices, and that is their ability to help you reach your spiritual goal. Okay, let us put this way. All practices are compared to mirrors having dirt on them that prevents the reflection of an image. The cleaner the mirror is from dirt, the clearer its reflection is. The dirt on the mirror represents the dogmas present in all the practices and teachings of religion and any spiritual practices. That prevents the reflection of the true essence of God. Yes, nonetheless, dogmas are irrational and unscientific ideas and practices. Having a rational practice is better than nothing. Yes, I invite you to learn a spiritual practice that can satisfy your inner needs in life. And I can do that. I can teach you. I can be your mentor in your spiritual practice. Just give comments below. Be a part of any healthy spiritual or religious practice that allows you to express yourself wholeheartedly and rationally. Likewise, do not involve yourself in dogma practices. Well, we arrive at the end of the podcast. I say thanks a lot for lending me your ears. And please subscribe and watch my other podcast. Namaskar.